Welcome back to Grump's Barn, where today, after a fairly lengthy sabbatical, I'm back again. Yeah, as you'll recall last time when I was doing the video, I was saying about my batch. I put it out again, and I've done it again since, so 3 times this year. So I'm now wearing the pants. Yeah, I've got a whalebone corset. Well, not actually whalebone, no. I've got a surgical corset thing that's supporting my lower back. And oh, it's made my life wonderful again. So I can get back on with things and fuck the back. Now today, it's going to be a bit of a boring one maybe. I've got to sort out, as you can see I'm sitting in the freeloader. I've got to sort out the handbrake on it. Both the linkages are sticking, which is very, very usual for this bloody car. So I've got to whip the back wheels off, sort that out, and then hopefully if I get time I will sort out this bloody window next to me here. Yeah, that's the one that's got the Land Rover special tool holding it together, or otherwise known as a lump of wood. But I've got the, as you know, I've got the new unit for that to go in, so I might well do that if I get time. So first off, let's get out the bloody car and get bitten to death by the midges in this tropical heat. I'm actually melting in here. It's at least 14 degrees up here today. Too much. Not used to it. Right, let's get on. There you go, that's the first wheel off. Now I just need to undo this screw here. Now if you're wondering how this is undoing so easily, it's because when I first had to do anything on the back of here, they were terrible, gunged up and wouldn't come out. So I only put one back instead of the 2, which makes it only half the job. And I also put a nice amount of anti-seize on it, and don't do it up very tight. You can't go anywhere because the wheel's holding it on. So yeah, that's how it undoes so easily. Now I just need to give this a knock with the hammer, gently, and free it off. And there you go, with that off you can now see the offending parts. See that there? That is supposed to move quite freely and it's stuck as ever. So I'm going to have to free it up and stick a bit of lubrication on there. I have to do this about twice a year around here. Pain in the arse, but never mind. Let's see if we can free it up with a pair of pliers. Well, that was all gunged up as I thought. Giving it a quick free up. Look at that, moving very freely, straight back into position, no problem at all. That's how it should bloody work. But there were lots of bits of crap all down in there that I've just cleaned up with a wire brush, and I'm going to have a go with this PTFE spray on it, see if that'll do the job, because it's supposed to be pretty water resistant, so we'll give it a go. It's got 2 chances. But yeah, I'll give it a little bit more of a clean up for bits I can get to, spray it with that PTFE and put it back together and do the other side. Nice easy job. Whether the handbrake will stick on again in a couple of days time, who knows? That's the problem with these, when they bugger about, the handbrake just sticks on. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare. Excuse me. Right, let's get on. Right, well this side, the bloody drum didn't want to come off. I had to beat the crap out of it. So it eventually loosened up. Now, got the pliers on here. I haven't tried this one yet. Let's see if it moves. It's sticking like buggery. So it's just a case of moving it backwards and forwards with these until it, there we go. It's starting to move now. Please move it around and it gets the crap out of there a bit. Then it's a case of getting a wire brush in there. And giving it a good clean up. I'll carry on doing this. Then I'm going to spray a bit of the PTFE in there, waggle it some more, and that should be it done then. That's it, all done and buttoned up again. And the handbrake's working fine. Put it on hard, leave it a bit, take it off, and the car moves again. Done that about 5 or 6 times and it works. Thank fuck for that. Right, let's get on. Right, here we go then. Time to get this door cover and everything back off again. Quite simple. You got these, I think they're T40 Torx that are holding just about everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there on that? No. Oh, 5. There's one there. We've got to come off. There's a Phillips screw sitting in there. Got to come off. This, you've got to prise out the cover and undo the screws that are holding that on. And then there's 4 screws along the top of this cubby, and there's a couple along the bottom of it underneath there. Then once you've got those off, just a case of this has got a screw holding it on somewhere, I think, as well. So right, let's get those undone. Well, there we are. That's that off, and I didn't bother undoing that this time. You can just unclip the top one from it. Oh well. Here's a fine thing we found in here. You can see that there. Look, we had a mouse living in here a while back. Little shits. Right, that's the easy bit done. Empty this out of mouse fucking chewed papers. Now all we got to do is I take this cover back. That's better. And here too. Right, the screws we're looking for that hold it all together, the bolts rather. There is one here at the top left, another one here, top right. If you notice, these are all slotted. Very easy to spot. There's one down here, and the other one down here. That's all that holds it in. And actually, while this motor's sitting up there, well, if you push in these connectors, this is supposed to come off. Yeah, that works well. Well, I shall deal with that in a second. Oh yeah. Oh, this has got a separate one into the back of the motor here. Slightly different from what I was expecting, but there you go. I shall have to undo this one as well. And I think this plastic tang sitting through here is actually on a clip between the arms of this thing. I'll show you in a minute if the other one's got a clip on it, the new one. Yep, so all we got to do now is I shall struggle with this off camera to get this undone, and then I shall loosen off these bolts here, as I say, the 4 that are holding it on. In fact, this one can sometimes catch apparently on the mechanism, but actually feeling around in there, it's not too bad. No, you just loosen them off and you can rock about and slide them out. Oh no, this has got to come out as well, possibly. I don't know, I'll see if it will come out without that. If not, I'll have to unscrew this. It is only 3 screws holding it in place. In fact, if I get, I might as well remove that anyway, just to give myself a bit more room for work. Here I am rushing to get ahead of myself, silly sod. Right, I need to take out my special tool actually. My bit of wood from in here. It's holding it all nicely. And then I've got to slide the window down, which I shall show you in a second, so I can unscrew the clamps that hold the glass in place, because the glass needs to come out. Forget my head if it wasn't bolted on. Well, I have a slight problem here, as ever. It is a freeloader. I expect problems. Now, you should be able to slide this glass straight down to the bottom. But because this wire that's controlling it is all fucked up, it will only go halfway. And if you look in here, you can see there's a little 10mm bolt there that has to be undone. Now I've got another on the other side which will be approximately behind here at the moment. I could, if I need to, I can take out the speaker to get to it where it is. Yeah. It's easier just to drop the thing to the bottom, then you can just unbolt them from in here. Never mind. Let's get this thing dropped down one way or another, or undone as it is. No, well, that mechanism is completely fucked. I can get it to go down a little bit and that's it. All the cables go taut because it's completely screwed. So I'm going to have to undo it from in here. As you can see, I've had to just pop out the speaker temporarily. I have to get a socket on that, or yeah, I don't get a spanner in there. Not a lot of room. Right, let's find something to go on that. Well, there we go. With the window pulled up, I can actually get a socket that through that hole there. The other one went, oh, the other one I can get through this hole here. That's obviously what these slots are for. So you can get to them at the top if you need to. Right, let's get these undone. Right, those are now loosened right off. You don't have to take them out. You just loosen them. Now I should be able to pull the glass up separately from them, but I'm not going to be able to show you doing that because I haven't got 3 hands to hold a bleeding camera. And I haven't got the head bucking attachment on today, but never mind. Right, to loosen the glass from the clamps, what you've got to do is hold the bottom of the clamp with your finger and just wiggle the glass a little bit and it'll break free of its stiction. Same both ends. And then it just pulls up and out. Now if you can see that, there we go, it's just coming straight up and out, really outside the door. There we go. It's pulling straight up. I won't do this all one-handed. I'll end up with no glass. Right. Well, after unclipping, I had to take this metal clip off. I just sprung it off with a screwdriver because it wasn't working to let you unclip everything. Never mind. Such is life. Oh, and I had to clean up the connections in there because they were filthy. Right, now what I've got to do is take this one out of here and the other 4 to hold the mechanism in place, and actually, fuck it, I will undo these just to make my life easier. Well, true to form, this freeloader is being a pain in the fucking arse. I haven't actually seen this on any of the other ones I've seen. They usually have a thing on the outside, but this one's on the inside and it's also bolted in up here. And it was also, right up under here, there's a clip that clips part of the window mechanism onto it. What a fucking palaver. Now, I've got to find out whether this... Oh no, that can be left. These clips here can be left on some of the later ones, you see, rather than having the clip on the early ones rather, with the clip. They don't have the clip on the inside of this metal bit. They have a push through one that's somewhere around here. All slightly different. Right. So I've left that loose so I can waggle it about a bit and work round it if need be. We shall see. It's going to be a pain in the arse. They always are. Now comes the easy bit. Slide the them up and get the bolts out the holes. There we go. Even one-handed I could do that. And the same with the other side. Pain in the arse doing this one-handed, but there we go. Keep loosening a little bit more. There we go. And now this should all just slide out of here somehow. I'm going to have to waggle it through. Ooh. There was a rubber on that one. I'm just going to have to waggle this about until I can get it all out of here. Which is not very easy one-handed. No, I'm going to have to do this two-handed. I just can't do it and hold the camera at the same time. By the looks of it. Oh, that's unplugged. That's knackered. Completely broken. Well, there's your problem. That's supposed to be attached to a wire. There's fuck all on it. Right, back in a sec. Ah, the trick was to turn this completely at 90 degrees. And then it's out. I've just got to get the other one out, which should be a lot easier because there's fuck all trips with this flaming off. Yes, it's not in a good way. And then this one just slides out. No, it doesn't. It's caught on something. There we go. Hey! Perfect. So there you go. One completely knackered mechanism. Now let's get the new one out and have a look at that. Obviously, this is where I find out that the new one's completely different. Well, thankfully, this is identical to the other one. The only thing I had to do was take the bolts out of the old one and put them in the new one because it didn't come with any. Well, that I can notice. Just two in the box. No, none at all. So now what I've got to do is just get it back in again. Oh, and on this particular model, you've got these rubber bits. It's like a little rubber gasket. It's supposed to sit on the inside here. So, well, if it was there in the first place, might as well put it back on. Oh, I didn't see quite why it was on there, but there you go. Got a plastic cover over everything. Right, let's get on. Oh, before I forget, I'll be sliding this one in first. Simple one. Up through here. And then fucking about with this to get it in place. Yeah, should be fun. Right, well, I found one thing you have to watch out for with these. Bloody hell, what a pain in the arse. Yeah, I'd definitely advise taking out the speaker. You can get your hand in places you can't always do. Right, the big pain in the arse I found with this was getting this bloody great clunky motor and mechanism in and lining everything else up. I found that if you look in here, you can see that big bar going across the whole door. Be very careful when you're pushing this around to turn it up so it's in an upright position, that you don't catch the bloody connector for the window glass underneath this, because that's what happened with me. It got jammed under there and it took some getting back out again, I'll tell you. Yep, it's a freeloader, definitely. Right, let's wangle this one about now. This should be a bit easier because there's nothing else on this one. There we go, I've wangled that into place while I'm talking to you. There we go. Slid into place nicely. And I've got the top one in for this one. I've got to just put the bottom one in there. Bugger about with that stupid rubber gasket thing. Then I can connect her up, make the glass in, and get it working. And it was that easy, eh? Right, now it's time to chuck the glass back in. Oh, and if you didn't, if you weren't as wonderful as I am, you might have to undo your window clamps now. I actually remembered for once in my life to undo the window clamps before actually fitting the thing. Right, glass is going to go back in. If you're like me, you're not going to bother cleaning it, then you can see exactly where the thing needs to sit on both sides from these marks in the rot on it. Right, going to get that slid in there into its clamps, and then I'm going to get back to you. Slight change of plan. Had to test it to make sure it worked, because I needed to bring these window retainers down to the bottom nearly. Otherwise I can't get the glass in. They were too far up. And the glass, you slide it in from the outside into the front first. Gently feed it down, and then you can feed the back in afterwards and set it all out. It's actually fairly easy as long as you remember to take those bloody retainers down near the bottom, so you can not only get at them, but you can also get your fucking glass in. Right, that's the glass in. Excuse me. Yeah, just keep feeding it in from the front and gently letting it go down and down, and it will slide in at the back end quite happily then. Don't force it, don't try and push it into the channel, it will go on its own. You push it or force it, you will end up with a cracked window, and you don't want that. Right, so these are now sitting down in the right position. With this car, unlike the older versions, I'm either going to have to lift it up a little bit more to get in the hole there, or it will be just as easy to lift it up to the top and do it through here like I did before. But depending on your model, it's not too bad. I'm just going to have to raise this, as I raise it up just a teeny bit so I can tighten these up. And when you tighten these up, the torque setting is basically 6 Newton meters. So in other words, don't tighten them very much. You do not want to crack your glass. So just tighten up, hand tight, and give it a teeny tweak. Now only teeny. No fucking 20 stone gorilla on the end of it. It would not be a good idea. Right, now, having said that, I'm going to lift this up and quickly tweak those up a little bit. Oh, and same goes for these bolts here. Don't over tighten them. You'll only make trouble for yourself. They don't need to be that tight. Again, just do them up hand tight and just give them a tweak. They're not doing that much work really. Right, now that's that done. Oh, and what I'm going to do is, initially I'm only going to tighten these a little bit because I want to run it up and down a couple of times just to let it settle side to side in case it needs to slide itself across a little bit to work perfectly. Just a sensible thing to do. I know it's unusual for me to do anything sensible, but there you go. Now if, like me, you've got one of these little strengthener bars in here that you've undone, don't forget to do it back up again. So easy to forget these things. Don't ask how I know. And I've put the speaker back in for the minute. I'll put all the other covers back on now. Everything's tightened down. I'm going to give it one last test. Hang on, let's go the other side to turn the bloody thing on. I hope you can hear me because it's quite windy today. So anyway, I can stay out here in the weather. It's because the wind keeps the midges away and I don't get bitten to death. Right, let's go. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. That'll do. That's more than enough testing for that. Brilliant. Right, now I'm going to chuck all those other things back. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, see, you always forget something, don't you? I need that window down again. This thing has a crappy deflector that has to go back into the window channel. You just slide it back in again. Right then, well, that's another job done. Quick update about the trike and that. Now I've sorted my back out, I can actually get on with the fucking thing again. Although first I'm going to have to clean the garage up, or the barn up. It's the right bloody mess in there. And before I do that, I'm going to have to get the defender in there because it feels like one of my discs has warped. Yeah, it's great. Got a nice pulsating pedal when I brake. But that will be coming up soon. We'll have a good look, find out what that is, sort that out. And clean the garage up. And here I go again, barn up. My brain's out of gear today. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for staying with me, 420 of you or thereabouts. Can't believe it. Never thought I'd have more than 3 subscribers, but there you go. Thank you all people, it's really appreciated. You all take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.